Back on the boat from work, got the electric motor in, and this old motor, seems like when the last guy installed it, it kind of looks like it was lowered into position and then just welded onto the chassis. So it's a little bit difficult to pull out. Just going piece by piece. Probably because that'll make it easier to deal with on doing the welds. And I'm only by myself here, so it's kind of hard to get the motor out anyways. So moving the boat south to north, got the motor fitted in. As you cannot hear on the motor that I'm running at the moment, nice and quiet. Yesterday was gale force winds. Today we got strong winds this morning, gale force this afternoon. So I'm looking at moving Miller Harbor a couple hours up. And it looks like I'm gonna have to hide for the weekend. Probably about 2 or 3 days of gale force 30, 40 knot winds. Just gonna move somewhere where I got access to stores and other things to do rather than just sit here waiting for wind to die. Never thought I'd say wind too strong. Feels weird for me. Don't know how much footage I'm gonna get because downwind run with no autopilot and storm force winds basically means I can't let go of the helm. We'll see. I'll try to get some footage, but I'll make no promises. So the wind was probably closer to 50 knots. It seems like whatever the BC government weather bureau forecasts, you basically pick that number, double it, and pick any number in between is probably what it's going to be. So I got as far as Alert Bay. Just basically went across, across the inlet there, different island, and I decided not to go any further. It's just going to be too much of a mission with this wind, but at least here there are stores. And there's a ferry going across. If it takes too long for the wind to become favorable, I can leave the boat here and take a ferry over to work. So I'm not totally stuck here, which is good. So while I wait for the wind to drop down a bit, I'm just hanging out in Alert Bay and decided to go for a little walk through the forest. I was just sitting on the boat waiting, and it's a nice area to see. So I'm underway again. Wind's kind of light at the moment, but it's also gusting pretty strong. It's weird, it drops right down to almost nothing and then it picks right up. Kind of all over the place. Hard to really know what's going on, but we're moving. Yeah, it'll be an interesting day. Got, 20 miles I gotta travel. Hopefully today, because tomorrow we're getting up to, forecast says 40 to 50 knots. And that'll hold through real strong for a few days. And then maybe drop off. We'll see. It's kind of that season where we get a lot of real strong storm winds, so it's hard to say it's going to do this or going to do that. It's just a bad time of year to be out sailing.